Welcome back. He's been a political heavyweight in the U.S. for over 2 decades. His influence over the Republican Party seems unparalleled, and 20 million Americans regularly hang on his every word. But Rush Limbaugh has never been elected. Instead, his soapbox is a daily 3-hour talk radio show, which is listened to by a core Republican audience. Big in the Clinton years, Limbaugh has been reborn with the election of Barack Obama. The advent of the internet and regular television appearances have made Limbaugh a media powerhouse, to the point that many Americans see the man behind the microphone as the de facto leader of the Republicans. The Listening Post's Meenakshi Ravi now on how a media personality has become such a big political player.
Take it from one location to another around the country.
The Republican Party has a leader, Michael Steele, who is chairman of its national committee. But when it wanted a keynote speaker for its latest conference, the party didn't call upon a politician. They chose Rush Limbaugh.
The Rush Limbaugh show is definitely the platform where a lot of conservatives see the American civic dialogue taking place. And because he speaks to so much of what's going on in foreign policy and in domestic policy, I think people do believe that he is as engaged with those issues as Obama is.
I think the state of the GOP right now is such that Limbaugh is the most powerful person in that orbit. They love the fact that Limbaugh could deliver their message to millions of people every single day. So he's an asset to the party, probably a thorn in their side at times, but he is, I think, the megaphone for the GOP, and they understand that, and while they might not always like it, they know that they have to respect that.
But who is Rush Limbaugh? And why is he such a force within the Republican Party?
What a day, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings. Great to have you with us. I am Rush Limbaugh, and this is the one and only Excellence in Broadcasting Network.
Well, Rush Limbaugh has been on the air for 20 years, and he now reaches about 20 million listeners, and he is probably the most popular broadcaster in American conservative talk radio. His original rise to prominence started with Bill Clinton and the Monica Lewinsky scandal, and now again he's found his voice opposing Barack Obama.
The President of the United States, Barack Obama, is destroying the United States economy.
Rush Limbaugh is a genius at entertainment. He knows who his audience is, and this is an audience almost exclusively white, male, and older. These are people who remember a different America, an America that could dictate everything it wanted to dictate to whomever it wanted to dictate it to. And these are the people that he appeals to in the most inflammatory way possible.
He is moving all around and shaking and...
Whether it's mocking actor Michael J. Fox's Parkinson's disease, arguing that feminism was invented for unattractive women, or comparing Obama to Hitler, Rush Limbaugh has never had a problem with saying exactly what he thinks.
So I shamelessly say, no, I want him to fail.
Despite this, Rush Limbaugh is by far the most popular of the conservative media personalities out there, even those on television. So what makes him different? The answer is radio. Talk radio is huge in the United States, and a vast majority of it is conservative. Limbaugh was one of the first to make it his own.
Here comes me. And I'm not a Svengali. I'm not creating mind-numb robots. I'm simply validating what people already believe.
Limbaugh has a strong and loyal and large following. No one else on the right or within the GOP itself can boast that kind of audience. Some estimates have his weekly audience between 10 and 20 million. By comparison, a very popular TV conservative like Bill O'Reilly, who might reach 2.5 million every night. He reaches more people than they do. So that, I think, is a testament to his power, and it explains a lot of the obsession with him.
Limbaugh may be opposing the Democrats, but he doesn't exactly endear himself to all Republicans either. His status within the party, however, means that anyone who criticizes him tends to come crawling back for forgiveness.
Rush Limbaugh is an entertainer. Rush Limbaugh, his whole thing is entertainment. Yes, it's incendiary. Right. Yes, it's ugly.
I think there have been 5 or 6 Republicans who have made critical statements about Limbaugh in the past who retracted them almost immediately. Very few people have that kind of political power, but Limbaugh does. You do not cross him.
Of course, he apologized profusely on bended knee, but not before he got a little verbal spanking from Rush Limbaugh.
He took the bait. He bit down hard on the bait. He launched an attack on me, even though the premise of what was said to him was false.
In the midst of this squabbling, the Democrats seized the opportunity to label Rush Limbaugh, a radio broadcaster, as the de facto leader of the Republican Party.
They quake at Mighty Rush, and he's the one that's setting the Republican agenda.
By calling him the leader of the GOP, it forced Republicans who didn't accept his leadership to denounce him. Once they did that, he denounced them, and they had to apologize, making him, in essence, the leader of the GOP.
The Republicans are unpopular, but even more unpopular among moderate Americans is Rush Limbaugh. So if you make Rush Limbaugh the face of your opposition, you are in effect dragging that opposition down a notch in the eyes of the average Americans.
I think for Obama it's very convenient to confront Rush because his policies are so extremist, and it allows him to focus on something that is much easier than, day-to-day legislative stuff.
But it's not all bad for the Republicans. Having such a prominent opposition voice from a broadcaster, not a politician, means that he can voice what the rest of them are thinking, but could never say. After all, Limbaugh is in search of ratings, not votes.
Rush Limbaugh is accountable only to himself. He's never run for public office. He has no accountability within any institution, which makes for great entertainment. You can do whatever you want to do. But as a policy net, for somebody seriously listening to policy advice about how to run anything, it's just crazy.
He is their id. He is the one who can say exactly what a lot of them are feeling and get away with it. And I think that is a testament to his power in the broadcasting business and in the political debate that we have here in the United States.
More Global Village Voices now on the Limbaugh effect on American politics.
I think that Rush Limbaugh kind of filled a leadership vacuum that occurred after the 2008 presidential election in the Republican Party, who had lost the presidency, lost more seats in the Senate, lost more seats in the House, and they were looking for someone to rally around, and Rush Limbaugh did give voice to a lot of concerns of the base of the Republican Party.
For years, Rush was fun to listen to. I'd imagine him, eyes bulging, veins popping. Then we all found out that was just the meds. But now Rush is sad and scary, like an old car belching soot, smoke, and threatening to spew burning gas over everybody. The White House loves him because for Obamaphiles, Rush is the perfect boogeyman. But personally, I think Rush should consider going back on his meds.
Finally, Michael Moore is at it again. The American filmmaker who took on U.S. gun culture in Bowling for Columbine, the Bush administration in Fahrenheit 9/11, and the American healthcare industry in Sicko, has now trained his camera lens on the corporate giants of Wall Street. The irony starts with the film's title, Capitalism, a Love Story, and it goes on from there. The movie's not out till October. However, the trailer's attracting a lot of hits online, so we've made it our web video of the week. We'll see you next time at The Listening Post.
The people here really aren't in charge.
I guess you win.
We want our money back.
Capitalism offers people the freedom to choose where they work.
There isn't anything in here. I'm not going to be a gentleman's club hired dancer.
You know who Michael Moore is, don't you, Betty? The film director, he's filming me right now.
How did this collapse happen?
I got home on a Friday. Everything was just fine. I called back after my plane landed in Indiana, and all of a sudden we've got this crisis on our hands.
There's got to be some kind of a rebellion between the people that have nothing and the people that's got it all.
Everything was being handled by the Treasury Secretary from Goldman Sachs. They had Congress right where they wanted them. This was almost like an intelligence operation.
This is straight up capitalism. Boom.
Where's our money?
I don't know.
We're here to get the money back for the American people. I got more bags. 10 billion probably won't fit in here.